Steve Martin's Working Wildlife is one of the top companies in the movie industry. Been around for over 30 years. As people know, it starts at the top and it trickles down. And we have great things at the top, so it trickles down to the rest of us.
Originally, I started for a company called Africa USA, which was Ivan Torres, Ralph Helfer. And then the company split up, so I came back to California and decided to open up my own company. You know, and then slowly got different animals and various things. And then at some point, we graduated into having dogs. And that's where I got Nicole involved with us. And Nicole had good dog experience. So between her good dog experience and my wild animal experience, we kind of collaborated and we started our dog thing.
Working Wildlife has been able to put together an amazing group of people that are all very loving and compassionate for their animals.
It's really all about the animals. Everything is given back to the animals. All the trainers truly love the animals and understand that we have what we have because of them and only because of them.
When you're using Working Wildlife as a company, you are supporting animals in a good way. We take in a lot of animals from shelters and we rescue a lot of animals. Even if they don't turn into movie animals, the money gets put back into the animals. Steve Martin's Working Wildlife is a part of a foundation called Iowa. It's International Animal Welfare Alliance. Iowa is to help keep animals in motion picture and television. So by production companies helping support the Iowa companies, we're helping to keep the animals protected and keep them in film and television without animal rights activists saying otherwise. We ask that production companies in the future start only supporting the animal companies that are a part of this organization.
Groups like PETA and PAWS, and there's a few others, Animal Liberation Front, that think that we're cruel and mean to animals, which is highly untrue. We do this as a living, we do it because we like animals, and we do it very professionally.
If I had something to say to people as to a reason why to use Working Wildlife, first and foremost is because Working Wildlife is kind to its animals. The animals get the best care, best treatment all around.
And of course there's always people who are concerned about the welfare of the animals. I think our animals get great care. We make sure that they get, the veterinary care that they need. We're on top of that, all the time. We brush them all the time. Their diet, we're constantly making sure that they're getting enough food so they're not underweight or overweight.
Another reason is we are good. We are one of the top companies in this industry. We have trainers that 100% enjoy being with the animals.
We really do enjoy our animals. We take the time to train them properly and expose them properly, and basically most all our animals really enjoy working.
All of the dogs that we have enjoy working, they want to work, they like to learn, they want to please.
They like it when they get out and get on a set and can do something, stand up and run and snarl and run here and do that. And that's all very important, and it's a factor in what we do.
The best thing about Steve Martin's is that every interaction with that animal is positive, no matter what they're doing. The animal's never forced to do anything. Everything is a choice to that animal, and the dog, we work with dogs, so the dog chooses to do whatever behavior. We're not forcing it and yelling at it or anything like that.
One of the things that sets us aside from some of the companies and other trainers is we use positive reinforcement methods. We're very conscientious to the dogs and their attitudes. If you treat an animal poorly, it will register on camera. You like the animals to have the right attitude and to look happy and cheerful. If the dog's got to retrieve an object, we don't want him to look sad and pathetic. If the action is supposed to be he's happily running out and getting a ball, that's what we train for. So through our training process, we make sure that they have the correct attitude along with the ability.
It's really rewarding when the dogs learn something new and they're happy. You can tell that they get excited because they just realize that they learned something and they made you happy, and that's really all that they want to do.
You do a job and you do it well, and it feels good when you see it on the screen and people enjoy it, and you put a lot of heart and soul into the training. And it's not just training for the exact job, it's all the time you put in prior to that in raising them and training them. So it's rewarding in that respect.
Our company's growing with dogs and with employees. When I started, we had about 17. Now we have about 30.
We like to have highly trained dogs and not just have a bunch of dogs, which is counterproductive.
We adopt a lot of our dogs out of the animal shelters and rescues, and this is an animal that somebody thought was no good, and they dropped off at the shelter, and here we've taken it and fixed them and turned them into movie animals. So it's very rewarding in that aspect.
We only put out top-notch animals. Like, we're not going to submit certain animals for things just because we think that we'll get the job because they look right, but they really can't do it.
Dogs are amazing because they want to please and they want to be with you, but not all of them have the ability to do that around a large crew of people and on specific timing. And so a movie star dog, it's hard to explain, but there's an extra little qualities that they have.
All different dogs have different personalities, so there's no like, oh, this breed is really great, so this dog is going to be fantastic. It's all personality based. So you just have to kind of, work with the dog, learn who they are.
There's companies out there that have, 100 dogs. Now, you can't really tell me that having 100 dogs, you're going to have 100 trained dogs or 100 really good dogs. So we have a smaller amount, and we have like 4 trainers, dog trainers that work with the dogs. And these 25 dogs we have, we take home, they take home, and they'll have different dogs at home all the time, so they get a home environment and they get, a real life living.
Our trainers with the dogs take their dogs home. That makes them extra special. They're not living in a kennel all the time and bored out of their minds and crazy when you bring them to the set.
I know a lot of the other companies leave their dogs at a ranch style, so they're in a kennel a lot, and I think that makes a big difference in the training, because when the dog goes home with you, they bond with you a lot and they work for you a lot better.
My experience with working for Working Wildlife has been like no other. I feel very fortunate to work for a company that's so caring and kind to the animals and the trainers. We all get along very well. Regardless, everyone has their days and fights their battles, but we all do work well as a group.
The trainers, everyone's really friendly, everyone's really easy to work with. There's no bad attitudes. We all come to work, really happy and we genuinely love doing this. Like, this is like our career. This is like it's a lifestyle. It's not just something that you do, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5.
Steve and Donna, the owners of our company, are amazing to be with. They're very fair and understanding. So I'm very happy to be with Working Wildlife. I actually wish, looking back on it, that I would have started at Working Wildlife.
Working Wildlife is definitely known as one of the most exciting places to work, one of the best places to work. So I'm very proud to be able to work for Working Wildlife, as it is one of the top companies in the business.
Definitely you have to be dedicated to do this, and I feel like all the trainers at Steve Martin's are very dedicated.
It's all positive, and we work really, really hard to make the production, whatever, an actual success.
We all love the dogs, and the dogs come first to us. Like, they're our babies, and we love them, and they're really important to us.
We really do like animals. It's our life's work. I mean, it's a 7-day-a-week job. So it's not really a job. It is and it isn't. We make our living off of it, but yet it's a way of life for us.
For more information on Steve Martin's Working Wildlife, call 661-245-2406 or visit us online at www.workingwildlife.com.